In their current state, do you think all classes are balanced? No. If not, which would you like to see buffed, or would you like to see similar treatment to the mini? So I'm gonna have an unpopular take here, as I tend to do, because apparently I'm old and jaded. I really like the approach of having 2 specs and yellow being supplemental. I like that. I think that it makes sense for this game and the way it is built now. I think that that's better, because I think so. Champ, I've played a champ for 15 years. All right. And here's what I think, like, a champ is another one that makes sense to have both. Let me pull this up while the raid's loading here. So this would be, blue would still be a tank for a champion, and red would be damage. In yellow, it would not necessarily be called Deadly Storm, but you would pick additional traits over in this tree that would augment either your tank or your damage, or both. So they're doing that with the Minstrel. The Brawler was built that way. I think it would be like, I think Warden would be a really strong candidate for that, mainly because you have, I'm gonna say with that, because you have tank and damage, and you could use yellow to convert some of your skills to have ranged abilities and stuff like that, or augment your tank, things like that. Hunter, I think, would be probably a pretty strong candidate for it as well, because I mean, you're really damage. So like, so you either have, you know, stationary, you have like max range or mobility, and then yellow would supplement those with your traps and stuff like that. So I think there is a strong enough case for each class to do that. Would it get executed well? I don't know, probably not. RK, yeah, RK would be another one, because RK has that weird frost bit in there. I think RKs would be another one, because you're either healer or damage. But I know people would argue that there's so many lightning skills and so many fire skills that being this damage, but I think there could be some combination in there. Like I said, and this is purely hypothetical. This ain't gonna happen. Well, I guess maybe there's no telling with that. I don't know. Captain would be an interesting one. I think Captain, the way it's built as a class, would still require 3. No, yellow. So you don't have to think of it like that as a specific line being it. It's more of how the class is built. Bear would have an issue. Bear would have an issue eliminating a line because it's like fairly limited as it is. So they would have to add more to retool that. So Bear would definitely, in my book, would not be a strong candidate for that. Burglar could be an interesting one, because you really just have, that one actually is like, Bergs are interesting. You really all don't even need, because you have really straight up damage, tricks, and you know, your buffing and stuff like that. So you'd either have like a stealth or not stealth, and then you have your tricks and stuff like that to supplement. So yeah, I don't know, the Bear and the Berg would be kind of interesting ones. I don't know if those would work as well. So we have, what am I missing? I mean, Guardian would be fine to do too, because you literally just have tank and damage, and then you alter those. It takes care of the heavies, mediums. Got Hunter, Warden. I talked about Hunter. Hunter would have either full range or mobility, and then yellow would be supplemental. Yeah, but it costs 2 points though, so it'd have to get retooled. So I guess you could say there is a case for all of it. It's just, how much effort does that take? I think it might make it easier to balance the game and to make more gear, because they wouldn't have 3 sets of gear then necessarily. I mean, I guess they still could, but I think it would make that a little easier. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, I think they could do a lot of that stuff. I mean, LM would probably be pretty easy, because they would just have either damage or support, and then your augmentations.